Wait, don't screw, pay attention. Charlie Boy contradicted the words of Oba of Benin. Charlie Boy disagreed with the words of Oba of Benin. How dare him? How dare Charlie Boy contradict the words of Oba of Benin? Who is he to contradict the words of Oba of Benin? But wait, what did the Oba of Benin say? He said that Tinubu is ordained by God. What he said, is his word being contradicted? Yes. Does Charlie Boy have the right to disagree with the opinion of an Oba? Yes. Why? Because Oba is a king and not a god. Listen, where I am from, there's an African proverb that said, when you respect a king so much that you can't talk to him, you use a basket and cover your face and talk to him. So with all due respect, Oba, we cover our face and we tell you with the truth that your words are worthy of contradiction. Listen, a lot of you come to social media and say a whole lot of things about what Charlie Boy has said, but there's something you must consider. Listen, the monarchical system in this country has been politicized. It has been bastardized. It has been jeopardized. Do you still need another adjective to qualify what I'm saying to you? Listen, pay attention. Charlie Boy is in the right to contradict the words of an Oba when an Oba is not being in the right position. It is our duty as town criers to call him to order. Yes, it's our duty to call him to order. An Oba is a man, a human being, bestowed with respect and dignity. We have the responsibility to respect the king, but not to keep our mouth shut when a king is going out of line. Listen, there may be a time that we are powerless to injustice, but there should never be a time that we fail to speak. Because the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil. The world will be destroyed by those who watch and do nothing. And people like Charlie Boy cannot watch and do nothing, because the darkest place in hell will be reserved for all those who maintain neutrality in the times of moral crisis. So listen, pay attention. When the monarchical system in the country was top-notch, such a thing cannot happen. When an Oba, a king, associates himself with politics, then it is no more worthy. They have dined, wine, and eat with the politicians in the country. And the politicians in the country are dirty. They are dirty. And a good monarchical system is not supposed to be seen in such light, because the monarchs own the people the responsibility to uphold their voice. So when you go against what the people believe to be right, then you are no longer upholding the interest of the people. Because right now in the country, the people are suffering, and you being an Oba coming out to say that this man was ordained by God, you are not representing the interests of the people. Every dog is a lion in its own duty post. Every dog is a lion in its own duty post. You can be an aficionado in your own field. I am an aficionado in my own field. So I hold and reserve the right to speak up when I think that injustice is being prevailed. Because, listen, pay attention. We are Africans, and Africans must respect their kings. Of course we do. But currently, in what is happening in the country, the monarchs are no longer being the monarchs we need to know, or we used to know. You talk about King Jado Fopobo. You talk about Oba Ivairon Mbaisi. These were kings who stood against colonialism, even against the bigger powers of Britain and Portuguese and France. They stood their ground. Talk about Emperor Haile Selassie. Even when the British bowed to, we respected these kings. But the kings of today are puppets of the Western world. They are even puppets of the people who are in charge of the government of the day. If an Oba said that Tinubu is ordained by God, and we know that Tinubu is not ordained by God, it's our duty to tell him, no, Oba, you are wrong in this perspective. We have the right to speak. Remember, every dog is a lion in its own duty post. Every dog is a lion. Okay, so as much as we respect our kings, we must not shut our mouth down to speak to our kings when they are wrong. So Charlie Boy has done nothing wrong, by condemning the words of Oba. Do you know what it means for an Oba to say that Tinubu was ordained by God? His words is tantamount to law. What he said has a long influence on the people, and if what he said is not countered by someone that's up there in that top-notch position, it can go a long way to make the people believe that actually this government was ordained by God. Do you know what it means when an Alaafin talks, or an Emir talks, or an Obi? These are people that don't talk anyhow. So when you talk anyhow, it is the duty of the people to cover their face and talk to you with all due respect. Okay? He's an Oba of Benin, not Oba of Nigeria. And even though as Oba of Benin, we owe him that respect, and we owe humanity the responsibility to speak up when truth is being demanded. Africa, Nigeria, wisdom is the principal thing.